What if the smartest RV upgrades didn't come from a dealership, but from people like you, owners who've learned the hard way what works and what fails out on the road? The truth is, most RVers are wasting space, losing comfort, and risking damage simply because no one ever told them these tricks. Hacks so simple, so cheap, and so effective, you'll wish someone had handed you this list before your first trip. Imagine this. You're sweating through the night because your vents trap heat. You can't find your flashlight, your spices exploded in the cabinet again, and your closet's a chaotic mess. Sound familiar? It doesn't have to be. From $10 fixes that double your storage, to safety upgrades that protect your entire rig, these are the 22 RV hacks you'll wish you knew sooner. And don't think this is just about saving space. One of these hacks has saved RVers from thousands in water damage, just by using a tool most people throw away. Another, it turned a single cabinet into a full pantry, without a single screw or nail. And the final hack? It's hidden in plain sight, takes less than 5 minutes to set up, and solves multiple RV headaches at once. If you've ever felt like your RV could be smarter, safer, or just a little more comfortable, this is the list you've been waiting for. Let's dive in. At number 22, we're starting with a hack that can instantly change how your RV feels, inside and out. Reflective insulation panels. You've probably seen them used in cars, but in an RV, they're a game changer. The problem is simple. RV windows leak heat, a lot of it. In hot weather, they act like magnifying glasses, turning your rig into a rolling greenhouse. And in cold weather, they suck the warmth out, no matter how high you crank the heat. The fix? A $15 roll of reflective insulation from any hardware store. Cut it to fit your windows, pop it behind the blinds, and instantly feel the difference. Temperatures stabilize, your AC and heater don't have to work nearly as hard, and your energy usage drops. But here's where it gets even better. It adds privacy without sacrificing light. During the day, no one can see in, and at night, you block out glowing campsite lights that keep you tossing and turning. Some RVers even cut custom panels for skylights and ceiling vents, places most people forget, but where tons of heat escapes. You can attach the insulation with Velcro dots, tension rods, or just tuck it into the frame. No drilling, no tools. And when you don't need it, roll it up and stash it behind the couch or under the bed. It's light, flexible, and lasts for years. For less than the cost of a fast food meal, you can dramatically improve your comfort in every season. But if you thought controlling temperature was smart, wait until you see how $1 store item can stop your cabinets from becoming a disaster zone every time you hit the brakes. At number 21, let's talk about a simple fix that could save you from one of the most frustrating RV problems: opening a cabinet and watching everything fall out. You break a little too hard, and suddenly your cereal box is crushed, your coffee filters are everywhere, and that jar of pasta sauce cracked. Now you've got a mess and a reminder that RV cabinets just weren't built for movement. But here's where one cheap, genius trick changes everything. Tension rod shelves. You can find them for under $10, and they turn chaotic cabinets into locked-in, multi-level storage without tools, screws, or permanent damage. Here's how it works. Take a standard spring-loaded tension rod, position it horizontally inside your cabinet, either to hold items back like a gate, or go vertical and stack another shelf board on top. The result? No more shifting, no more broken jars, and no more wasted vertical space. You'd be amazed how much room is hiding in your cabinets once you go vertical. Got tall cans or water bottles that never seem to fit? Now they do, and it's not just for the kitchen. Use tension rods in the bathroom to hold toiletries in place, in the closet to separate shoes or bags, or even under the sink to hang spray bottles and free up floor space. And when you're ready to move or reorganize, they come out in seconds. No marks, no hassle. It's the kind of hack you try once and immediately wonder how you ever lived without it. But if you thought keeping your cabinets in check was clever, wait until you see how the back of a door can unlock a whole new level of storage. At number 20, we're unlocking hidden space in a place you probably walk past every single day: the back of a door. Whether it's your closet door, bathroom door, or even the entry door itself, that vertical space is just sitting there, empty. And what can transform it into one of the most useful spots in your RV? A simple over-the-door shoe organizer. But here's the twist. Don't use it for shoes. Use it for everything else. Chargers, remotes, sunscreen, snacks, water bottles, toiletries, dog supplies, flashlights, bug spray, even extra cords or tools. Each pocket becomes a grab-and-go solution that keeps your tiny space from turning into clutter chaos. In fact, RVers with kids swear by this hack. It gives everyone a pocket or two for their own essentials, and it keeps the floor, counters, and drawers clear, and it works in ways you'd never expect. Some RVers cut the organizers to size and mount them inside cabinet doors for spice storage or cleaning supplies. Others use them as hanging caddies near the bed for books, glasses, and electronics. Most shoe organizers cost under $15 and install in seconds. No drilling, no damage. Just hook it over the top of the door or use adhesive hooks if needed. The beauty of this hack is that it takes dead space and makes it hyper-functional in a rig where every inch matters. Once you try it, you'll start seeing unused vertical space everywhere. And speaking of smart space savers, our next hack collapses down to nothing, carries your laundry, and doubles as a hidden storage bin you'll actually want to show off. At number 19, we've got a hack that solves two of the biggest headaches in RV life: where to keep your laundry and where to store your stuff. Because let's be honest, in a small space, even your laundry basket can feel like it's in the way. It's bulky, it's awkward, and it's always full at the worst possible moment. That's why the smart move is a collapsible laundry basket that doubles as a storage bin. These things are a space-saving miracle. When you're not using it, it folds flat, slips behind a seat, under the bed, or into a shallow cabinet. But when it's laundry day, pop it open and load it up. The best ones even have handles, lids, or zipper tops so you can carry them without dropping socks along the way. But here's the trick RVers love most. Use it as a flexible storage tote when it's empty. Stack your jackets, blankets, board games, or off-season clothes. Label the lid, slide it into a pass-through storage bay or closet. You've just turned a single-purpose item into a multifunctional organizer without spending an extra cent. And some RVers take it even further, picking versions that are waterproof, color-coded by category, or soft enough to double as an ottoman in a pinch. The key is flexibility, because when you live in a rig, everything you own needs to earn its keep. And this basket, it pulls double duty without taking up any permanent space. But if you thought that was clever, wait until you see how one magnetic trick can organize your entire kitchen wall without drilling a single hole. At number 18, we're tackling one of the smallest items in your RV that causes one of the biggest headaches: your spices. Whether you're parked or driving, spice jars have a mind of their own. They roll, they rattle, they explode out of cabinets like a culinary avalanche the second you open the door. Sound familiar? That's why thousands of RVers swear by this fix: a magnetic spice rack. It's clean, it's compact, and it turns wasted wall space into a stylish, functional feature. Here's how it works. You grab a magnetic knife strip, or better yet, a full magnetic board, and mount it to your wall, backsplash, or inside a cabinet door using removable adhesive or command strips. Then get magnetic spice tins with see-through lids and label them clearly. Boom! Your spices are now on display, fully secure and accessible at a glance. No digging, no mess. Even better, they stay locked in place while driving. No bouncing, no broken jars, no mysterious seasoning smells wafting from a mystery spill. This one hack declutters your drawer, clears your counter, and actually makes cooking in an RV enjoyable. And it looks fantastic too. Want to elevate the look? Go with uniform black tins and bold labels, or clear glass ones for a modern feel. For less than $30, you've created a wall that saves time, saves space, and adds visual flair. And the best part? It works just as well for paper clips, tea bags, sewing kits, or tiny office supplies. But if you think magnetic jars are clever, wait until you see how one DIY curtain trick can help you sleep cooler, longer, and in total blackout, even in the middle of a sunny campground. At number 17, we're tackling a problem every RVer faces, but few actually fix: light leaking into your rig when you're trying to sleep. You know the scene. You finally crawl into bed after a long day of driving. You close your eyes, and there it is, that glow, a street lamp just outside your window, or the neighbor's porch light beaming directly into your face like a spotlight. And if you're camping in summer, forget it. The sun's up by 6 a.m. and you're wide awake, exhausted, irritated, and overheated. That's why so many smart RVers swear by this game-changing upgrade: DIY blackout curtains with Velcro. Not only do they block out intrusive light, but they also help regulate temperature, reduce noise, and add serious privacy, all without drilling, sewing, or permanent installs. All you need is a roll of blackout fabric, a pair of scissors, some sticky-back Velcro strips, and about 30 minutes. Cut the fabric to size, attach one side of the Velcro to your window frame and the other to the curtain edge. Stick it in place, press to seal, and you're done. Now you've got a clean, low-profile curtain that seals out light completely and peels off when you don't need it. Want to get fancy? Add a layer of reflective insulation to the back for extra heat protection, or double the curtain for a quilted, sound-dampening effect. You can match the fabric to your RV's interior or go bold with a pop of color. Either way, you get total darkness and way better sleep. And when you wake up well-rested, you'll be ready to enjoy the road again. But if you're tired of bumping your head on sharp arms, stick around, because the next hack solves that with a pool noodle and a 5-second setup. At number 16, we've got a hack that sounds ridiculous until you try it and realize it just saved your forehead. Because if you've ever walked straight into an RV awning arm, you already know it hurts. One wrong step in the dark or while carrying something, and boom, your head meets cold, sharp metal. Best case, a bump. Worst case, blood, bruises, and a ruined weekend. But here's the easiest, cheapest way to prevent that from ever happening again. Pool noodles. Yep, the colorful foam tubes made for swimming. Cut a slit down the side of one, wrap it around your awning arm, and press it on. That's it. You've just turned a metal hazard into a soft, visible, padded warning system. Use bright colors like neon green or orange if you want to make them more noticeable, especially at night. Some RVers even color code their noodles. Blue for water hookups, red for power cords, to give themselves a visual guide at a glance. Bonus, they don't just protect your head, they prevent scratches on your rig when you're opening the door or walking by with gear. And because pool noodles are dirt cheap, weather resistant, and lightweight, you can keep a few extra tucked in a storage bay and cut them to size whenever needed. You can also use smaller chunks of noodle as bumpers on slide-outs, bike racks, or even inside cabinets to pad fragile items. It's one of those laugh now, thank yourself later fixes that saves pain and frustration over and over. But if you thought softening sharp corners was smart, wait until you see how a tinted vent cover can control airflow, block rain, and make your RV feel cooler with zero electrical upgrades. At number 15, we're heading up, literally, to one of the most overlooked parts of your RV that's quietly making it hotter, stuffier, and more vulnerable to rain: the roof vents. Those little dome covers that let air in, they're helpful, but they come with problems. Factory-installed vent lids are usually clear or milky white, and while they technically let air move, they also let in blazing sunlight and have to be closed the second it rains. That means you're constantly choosing between airflow and water protection. Unless you upgrade to tinted vent covers. These genius little add-ons slide right over your existing vents and solve all of those problems at once. First, the tinted design blocks sunlight, reducing heat buildup inside your RV and keeping your rig cooler without touching the thermostat. Second, the angled shape lets you leave the vents open even when it's raining. No more mad dashes to shut everything up at the first drop of water. And third, they add a layer of UV protection that helps preserve the plastic on your original vent lid, extending its life. They're especially great for boondockers or anyone who travels in warm climates. Installation is usually 4 screws and takes less than 20 minutes. Most models cost under $40, and once you install them, you'll wonder why RVs don't come with them by default. Plus, they come in different tints and colors, so you can match your rig's look or get a little creative. Want even more airflow? Some versions include built-in fans for extra ventilation without draining your battery. And speaking of airflow, our next hack solves hot, stagnant air near your bed or bunk with one simple clip-on fan that changes everything. At number 14, we're solving a problem that hits hard during hot nights, dry campsites, and poorly ventilated sleeping spaces: stale, stagnant air. You know the feeling. You're lying in bed or tucked into a bunk and it's hot. The air isn't moving. The ceiling fan is too far. The windows barely help. And your AC too loud to run all night, especially off-grid. That's where this tiny upgrade makes a massive difference. A clip-on fan mounted near your bed or bunk. These compact fans may not look like much, but don't underestimate them. You clip one to a shelf, cabinet, headboard, or even a curtain rod, and suddenly you've got a soft breeze exactly where you need it. Some models come with flexible goosenecks or rotating heads, so you can aim airflow right at your face, feet, or over the sheets. And here's the key: many modern clip-on fans are USB powered, meaning they can run off your RV's USB ports or even a portable power bank without draining your main battery. They're also quiet, perfect for light sleepers. And some have timers or variable speeds, so you can customize your comfort throughout the night. It's one of those upgrades that costs under $30 but instantly improves your sleep quality, especially during summer or boondocking trips. Plus, you can move it around your rig, kitchen, dinette, cockpit, wherever you need a breeze. Want to get creative? Mount 2 fans facing opposite directions for mini cross-ventilation in small rooms. Once you've slept through the night without overheating or waking up sweaty, you'll never go back. But if you're tired of fumbling in the dark for cabinet latches or flashlight apps, just wait until you see how motion sensor puck lights can light up your entire rig with zero wiring. At number 13, we're solving a small problem that causes daily frustration: digging through dark cabinets. Whether it's under the sink, inside your pantry, or in that weird corner where the shelves are just out of reach, the result's always the same. You're fumbling, squinting, and knocking things over while trying to find a flashlight or use your phone as a light. It's annoying, it's slow, and it's totally unnecessary because the fix is ridiculously easy. Motion sensor puck lights. These tiny battery-powered lights install in seconds and automatically turn on the moment they detect movement. Open the cabinet, bam, light, close it, bam, off. No switches, no wires, no frustration. Just clean, instant illumination wherever and whenever you need it. You can stick them to the cabinet ceiling, sidewalls, or even the back wall to create a spotlight effect. And they're perfect for early mornings or late nights when you don't want to flood the whole RV with overhead lights. The best part? Most of these lights are under $10 each and run for months on just a couple of AAA batteries. Some even come with magnetic mounts or adhesive backings for repositioning or quick battery changes. And this hack doesn't stop at cabinets. Use them inside closets, bathroom corners, bunk storage, exterior bays, or even your entry steps for safer nighttime access. It's one of those upgrades that feels almost too simple until you've used it once. After that, you'll want one in every dark corner of your rig. But if you thought lighting up the dark was helpful, the next hack shows you how to take that under-sink dead zone and turn it into a perfectly organized cleaning center using just one tension rod. At number 12, we're unlocking one of the most wasted and most chaotic spaces in your RV, under the sink. You open the cabinet and it's a jungle. Spray bottles on their sides, paper towels crammed between cleaning wipes and dish soap. Everything shifts while driving, and by the time you park, it's a complete mess. But one simple, cheap hack changes everything. Install a tension rod and hang your spray bottles. That's it. One tension rod, less than $10, stretched across the top of your under-sink cabinet. Now, instead of spray bottles eating up valuable shelf space, they hang neatly in a row by their trigger handles. No tipping, no leaking, and way more room for bins, trash bags, or extra sponges underneath. And here's the beauty. Tension rods require zero tools. You can adjust them to fit any cabinet, reposition them in seconds, and take them out completely if needed. Want to level it up? Add a second rod lower down for hanging gloves or cloths, or install stick-on hooks inside the cabinet door for brushes and scrubbers. You've now created a mini cleaning command center that stays organized while you drive and makes everything easier to reach when you stop. RV living is all about maximizing small spaces, and this hack turns a clutter magnet into one of the smartest spots in your rig. And once you've optimized under the sink, why stop there? The next tip shows you how to handle a dead battery emergency without needing another vehicle or even jumper cables. At number 11, we're talking about a hack that can turn a full-blown emergency into a non-issue in under 5 minutes. An emergency battery jump pack. Because if you've ever gone to start your RV and heard that awful click-click of a dead battery, you know the panic that sets in. You're out in the middle of nowhere, no other vehicles around, cell signals sketchy, and your plans instantly on hold. That's exactly why every RVer, whether you're full-time or weekend only, should carry a compact lithium-powered jump pack. These incredible little devices are smaller than a shoebox, weigh just a few pounds, and hold enough power to jumpstart your RV engine without needing another vehicle. No waiting for help, no cables stretched across campgrounds. Just clamp it on, press the button, and within seconds, you're back on the road. Most modern jump packs also double as portable chargers, with USB ports to charge your phone, lights, or other devices in an emergency. And they hold a charge for months, meaning you can leave one tucked in a storage bay and forget about it until the day it saves you. The best models come with built-in lights, digital voltage displays, and safety features that prevent reverse polarity or accidental sparking. Prices range from $60 to $150, and honestly, it's one of the smartest insurance policies you can carry, because even if you maintain your battery religiously, all it takes is one forgotten light or a cold snap to leave you stranded. And if you think that kind of peace of mind is valuable, just wait until you see how a cheap shower curtain can give your bunk or cab bed instant privacy with zero construction. At number 10, We're solving a problem that every RVer has dealt with, but few talk about: the lack of privacy. Maybe you travel with kids, guests, or even pets. Maybe you're full-timing and just need your own corner to relax. But in a space where everything is shared, even a moment alone can feel impossible. That's where this simple upgrade makes all the difference. A shower curtain track around your bunk bed or cab bed. This hack gives you instant privacy without construction, noise, or expensive materials. Just grab a flexible, ceiling mount shower curtain track. It bends around corners, sticks to your layout, and installs with adhesive or light screws. Then add a blackout curtain or even a lightweight sheet with clips. Done. You now have a soft, sound-dampening privacy wall that separates your sleep space from the rest of the rig. Perfect for late sleepers, midday naps, or changing clothes without hiding in the tiny bathroom. It also helps block light and reduces distractions if you're trying to work, rest, or get kids to settle down at night. RVers love it for cab-over bunks, but it also works great around dinette beds or rear corner sleeping areas. And the best part, it rolls back or unclips in seconds when not in use, so your layout stays flexible. Add fairy lights inside for a cozy feel, or a pocket organizer for books, glasses, or earbuds. With just a $30 upgrade, you've carved out a whole new zone in your rig that feels private, calm, and personalized. But if you think a curtain transforms a sleeping space, just wait until you see how one DIY screen keeps bugs out, lets fresh air in, and fits your RV door without a single screw. At number 9, we're tackling something that can absolutely ruin a peaceful RV evening: bugs. You finally open the door to let in that cool breeze after a hot day. It feels amazing. But 10 minutes later, you're swatting flies, battling mosquitoes, and wondering how something so small can cause so much frustration. The solution? A DIY magnetic bug screen for your RV's entry door. It's one of the smartest upgrades you can make, and you don't need any tools, screws, or complicated hardware. These mesh screens attach to your doorway using Velcro or adhesive strips. They're split down the middle with magnets that automatically seal behind you when you walk through. That means you get airflow and bug protection, all while keeping your hands free when carrying groceries, pets, or gear. Total cost? Around $25. Setup time? Maybe 10 minutes. And once it's in place, your RV instantly feels more open, cooler, and more livable, especially during those evenings when you want nature without the bites. RVers love this hack because it works on almost any rig, from travel trailers to fifth wheels and Class Cs. And unlike permanent screen doors, it's removable and replaceable without leaving damage. Want to level it up? Add small weights to the bottom hem so it doesn't flap in the wind, or trim it for a perfect fit. Some RVers even use them on side or rear garage doors for toy haulers. Once you've enjoyed a bug-free breeze, you'll never go back. But speaking of protection, our next hack could save you thousands in plumbing damage with one tiny tool you should never camp without. At number 8, we're talking about a small tool that protects one of your RV's most vulnerable systems: your plumbing. It's invisible, it's quiet, and if it fails big. We're talking leaks under the sink, cracked hoses, flooded storage bays, and even water damage behind your walls. And it all starts with unregulated campground water pressure. See, not every hookup is safe. Some campgrounds deliver water at 80 psi or more, way above what your RV can safely handle. Your rig might only be rated for 40 to 50 psi. Anything higher, and you're gambling with burst lines and ruined weekends. The solution? A water pressure regulator with a built-in gauge. Screw it directly onto the campground spigot before attaching your hose. It immediately brings down the pressure to a safe level, and the gauge shows you exactly what you're working with. No guessing, no surprises. For less than $30, you're adding a safety buffer that can prevent thousands of dollars in damage. And don't settle for the basic regulators without a gauge. They're better than nothing, but they don't tell you if the campground pressure is fluctuating or if the regulator itself is failing. The gauge gives you visibility, it tells you when to adjust, and it gives you peace of mind every single time you hook up. Pro tip: get a brass model with adjustable PSI settings so you can fine-tune it for your rig. Once you install it, leave it on your hose full time so you never forget, because it only takes one bad hookup to wreck your pipes. And if you think water damage is sneaky, wait until you see what a small, silent device can do to fight mold and mildew in your storage bays. At number 7, we're dealing with a danger that's completely invisible until it's already taken hold. You might not see it, you might not smell it at first, but give it a little time, and suddenly your cabinets, closets, and storage bays start to feel musty, damp, and maybe even a little slimy. We're talking about moisture, and worse, mold. The solution? A mini dehumidifier placed right where the problem starts, inside your hidden storage compartments. These spaces don't get airflow, they don't get heat, and when your RV sits closed up, or when you're camping in humid weather, they become the perfect environment for mold, mildew, and corrosion. But here's the good news. Mini dehumidifiers are cheap, silent, and they work round the clock. You can get disposable moisture absorbers for as little as $5 each, or go with small rechargeable units that last for weeks and never need electricity. Just drop one in your closet, under the bed, inside your bathroom cabinet, or in a pass-through storage bay. Let it work. You'll be shocked how much moisture it pulls out. And here's the kicker. These little devices don't just protect your clothes and gear. They extend the life of your RV itself, keeping wood from warping, electronics from corroding, and fabrics from smelling like a basement. Some RVers even keep one by the entry door or near the windshield in rainy seasons to stop condensation and window drip. It's a tiny step that delivers massive long-term results. Because once mold shows up, getting rid of it is hard. Preventing it? That's easy. But if you thought that was a smart use of space, just wait until you see how a few command hooks can completely reorganize your RV without leaving a single mark. At number 6, we're talking about a tiny tool that solves one of the biggest headaches in RV living, the clutter of daily essentials. You know the drill. You're about to leave, and where are the keys? You're cooking, and the oven mitt is somewhere under the sink. The dog is scratching at the door, and you're digging through drawers for the leash. These aren't big problems, but they add up. And in a small space, those daily delays quickly become chaos. That's why every smart RVer keeps a pack of command hooks on hand. They mount instantly, they hold strong, and best of all, they don't damage your walls. That means no screws, no tools, and no permanent marks when you remove or reposition them. You can stick them right by the door for keys, next to the stove for oven mitts, or inside a cabinet door for measuring cups or towels. Got pets? Mount a hook by the entry so the leash is always ready. Need more kitchen space? Use them to hang utensils, hats, flashlights, or even lightweight pans. You can even go vertical, lining closet walls, bunk edges, or overhead cabinets with hooks for backpacks, jackets, or small gear bags. Some RVers use mini hooks to hold string lights or mount holiday decor, while others rely on the heavy-duty versions for full-size tool bags. The possibilities are endless. And because they're non-permanent, you can experiment, adjust, or completely redo your setup anytime. Once you start using them, you'll find excuses to put hooks everywhere. But if you thought staying organized inside was helpful, wait until you see how the next hack gives you an entire table setup without taking up an inch of permanent space. At number 5, we're unlocking a total game changer for RV versatility, a table that's there when you need it and gone when you don't. If you've ever tried prepping a meal with limited counter space, played a board game on a wobbly surface, or juggled plates around on your lap outside, then you already know RV life needs a good table. But where do you put it when you're not using it? That's where the portable foldable table comes in, and it's more useful than you might expect. The best models fold flat, really flat. So flat you can slide them behind your couch, under your mattress, or even along the wall behind the driver's seat. Setup takes seconds. Just pop it open, lock the legs, and boom! You've got an extra surface for food prep, laptop work, crafts, or an outdoor picnic. And because it's portable, it's not tied to one use. Want to take your coffee outside in the morning sun? Done. Need an extra dining surface for guests? Easy. Want to keep messy gear or tools out of the kitchen? Park it in the garage bay. These tables weigh almost nothing, come in dozens of styles, from plastic tops to wood grain finishes, and often cost less than $40. You can even find versions with adjustable legs so you can level them on uneven ground outside your rig. And when you're done, fold it down and slide it right back out of sight. You just gained square footage without remodeling a thing. But if you thought adding workspace was smart, our next hack is all about information. Because one laminated cheat sheet could save you from a flood, flat tire, or wiring disaster at the worst possible time. At number 4, we're focusing on something that won't take up space, but could save your trip, your rig, and maybe even your safety. An emergency laminated cheat sheet. Here's the truth. When something goes wrong, panic kicks in. You forget numbers, steps, and switch locations. The tire pressure rating? Gone. Which slide comes out first? No idea. The tank levels? A total guess. And in the middle of a breakdown, flooding, or setup disaster, you don't have time to scroll through the manual. That's why smart RVers keep a one-page laminated reference sheet posted in plain view, usually near the driver's seat, the control panel, or the entryway. It's your quick access command center when things get chaotic. Here's what you include. Correct tire PSI for every axle, slide out and leveling jack sequence, generator startup steps, fresh gray and black tank capacities, battery voltage thresholds, fuse box layout, emergency shutoff locations, even propane refill reminders or hitch torque specs, printed, laminated, tape it up, done. And the best part? You can customize it for your rig. No flipping through thick manuals or digging through your phone. In a stressful moment, you've got every critical number and sequence right in front of you. It also helps when someone else is using your RV, spouse, friend, or family, because they now have a cheat sheet too. Want to go next level? Make a backup copy for your glove box or travel folder. It's one of those prepare once, thank yourself forever upgrades. But if you thought information was power, wait until you see how a simple color-coded hose system can save you from the most disgusting and costly RV mistake of all. At number 3, we're talking about a mistake so disgusting and so expensive, you'll only make it once, if you're lucky. We're talking about mixing up your RV hoses. It sounds silly, right? But all it takes is one distracted moment. You grab the wrong hose, connect it to the wrong port, and suddenly, your clean water's contaminated. Or worse, you're cleaning your dishes with a sewer hose. That's why seasoned RVers swear by this simple, foolproof upgrade, a color-coded utility hose system. It's one of the easiest ways to stay safe, stay sanitary, and avoid one of the worst messes imaginable. Here's how it works. Use white hoses for fresh water only. That's the industry standard. Then use black hoses for your black tank flush, and gray hoses, literally or figuratively, for everything else, like rinsing gear or cleaning up outside. Label each hose if needed, or wrap colored electrical tape around the ends to reinforce the system. Want to make it even safer? Store them in separate bins or bags. Some RVers go as far as marking their storage bays with colored duct tape to keep things idiot-proof. And it works. You'll always know which hose goes where. You'll never question whether your water is safe. And you'll never end up with sewer residue spraying where your toothbrush lives. This is one of those hacks that protects your health, your gear, and your dignity. And once you implement it, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. But if you think color coding is smart, just wait until you see how one compact RV toolkit can save your whole trip when the unexpected hits. At number 2, we're talking about the difference between solving a problem in minutes or watching it ruin your entire trip. Because the truth is, something always goes wrong in an RV. A screw rattles loose, a cabinet hinge breaks, a hose clamp gives out. The question is, are you ready? That's why every serious RVer builds a dedicated RV toolkit and not just a toolbox from home. This one lives in your rig full-time, ready for the weird little emergencies that only happen on the road. And at the core of it, 2 absolute must-haves, a multi-bit screwdriver and a big pack of zip ties. Why? Because screws and fasteners vary wildly in RVs. Square heads, hex heads, tiny Phillips. And a multi-bit driver means you're always ready, no matter what hardware you're staring at. And zip ties? They're the duct tape of the RV world. You can temporarily fix just about anything. Broken drawers, loose cables, sagging hoses, cabinet doors, emergency repairs under the chassis, you name it. Add a utility knife, duct tape, a pair of pliers, an adjustable wrench, and a flashlight, and you've got a mobile fix-it kit that fits in a small bin or bag. And don't forget, the middle of nowhere is a bad place to realize you forgot the right tool. Want to level it up? Add spare fuses, extra screws, wire connectors, and a headlamp. It's the kind of kit you hope you never need, but you'll thank yourself the day something goes wrong. And speaking of convenience, our final hack is so brilliantly simple, it gives you hidden charging power right inside your cabinet, where clutter can't reach it. At number 1, we're ending with one of the smartest space-saving upgrades you can make, a mounted power strip with USB ports tucked inside your overhead cabinet. It's a clean, hidden solution that solves a universal RV struggle. Where do you charge your stuff without turning your counter into a tangled mess? Phones, tablets, walkie-talkies, flashlights, battery packs. They all need juice, and most people end up piling them on the dinette table or kitchen counter, wires snaking across every surface. But this one upgrade changes the game. Install a low-profile power strip, ideally with both AC and USB outlets, inside an overhead cabinet or shelf, close to where you naturally store your devices. Use command strips or Velcro if you don't want to drill. Then simply plug in your charging gear and close the cabinet door. Out of sight, out of the way, no clutter. Some RVers even mount small cable clips or baskets to hold devices upright while they charge. It keeps everything organized, protected, and easy to access, without becoming a visual mess. And because it's elevated, it's safe from spills, kids, pets, and accidental unplugging. Want to go next level? Plug the strip into a smart switch or a timer, so your devices only charge at night or during generator hours. The whole setup can cost under $25 and makes your RV feel less like a cluttered trailer and more like a smart, organized, tiny home. And when you open that cabinet to find all your gear powered up and ready to go, you'll realize this was one of the most useful hacks on the list. If even one of these hacks made you think, I wish I knew that sooner, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because we've got even more space-saving tricks, safety tips, and real-world RV upgrades coming your way, and you don't want to miss what's next. These small changes add up to a smoother, safer, and more enjoyable life on the road. Check out our next video. Until then, stay smart, travel safe, and enjoy every mile of the adventure.